the new season is finally out, this is the build that I've been waiting to do. A lot of people, they don't remember this build from 2K20. As it being one of those builds that a lot of people slept on, this is maybe one of the first catfish PlayShot builds in the game in 2K20. As most of the time I play 2K, I play on a regular PlayShot playing defense. Unless we have somebody on our team that's like a perimeter lock or 3-and-D off guard, I will let them guard ball. But once it ends up getting too real out of hand and they getting baked or they end up getting mismatched, I usually end up stepping up and guarding ball, especially when it comes to playing ISO defense against guards that's trying to get threes off. If they're going for twos, I don't care. That's my job. I'm keeping them off the 3-point line. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you a guard build that really will confuse somebody. It's a catfish build that a lot of people do not use. You might see the name a few times here and there in the park, but as of this name, you see it all the time. But as it being able to get elite dribble moves, being able to get up to a 97 three-pointer, having actually good defensive stats, with being able to dunk, this build right here, this catfish lockdown play shot build, is crazy. As most of the time you can just make a regular play shot, make the arms long, get 3-point playmaker if you want to, but as of somebody that wants to actually run guard on this build consistently and get all the guard perks of running a regular play shot but having better defense, this build is actually insane. As this build is going to be a smaller type build, you can pick between if you want to be 6 foot all the way maybe 6'3". But look, as today we're going to be making this build a shooting guard. As of the shooting guard, you get all the best perks as being shooting guard, because if you do want to get chased down blocks and you want rim protector, you can put it on this build. But as of the two pie charts, we have the red and green half and half pie chart. With this pie chart, you can get up to around a 91 three-pointer with this pie chart. But as of choosing the more green, less red pie chart, this is the pie chart that can get up to a 97 three-pointer and still have good defensive stats. As of the first pie chart that we're going to end up doing, we're going to go with the more green, less red pie chart. The physical profile that you're going to be choosing is the speed profile, the first one at the top. As this build is going to be a smaller type of build, I do prefer, like I said earlier, between 6 foot all the way to 6'3". 6'3" is kind of pushing it because you still can get mismatch expert by most of these smaller guards that you're guarding ball on. But if you're someone that knows how to work the metric system, you can end up making the build 6'2.5". But as we're going to end up doing this build, I do have a 70 driving dunk, a 7 driving layup. But as of the shooting, I have 24 shooting badges. Already off rip, I got an 89 three-pointer with this build. But when it comes to the playmaking, don't worry about the playmaking right now. As the playmaking is going to change as you change the height, you'll be able to still get those dribble moves at the 80 ball control or even elite dribble moves at 85 ball control. And as of the defensive stats, it looks good. But if you're someone that does not have extra badge points, this might be the build that you might want to actually use. This one right here, that you'll be able to get that extra finishing badge even though you have to sacrifice a little shooting. That would be the actual build that you would have to maybe mess with, just because you would need that limitless takeoff on silver to get your dunks consistently, and you having 19 shooting is not really that bad. But at that point, you might as well end up making it around the 6'1", 6'2" mark if you don't want the elite dribble moves. But if you're someone that's going to make this build at 6'2", just know you cannot get an 85 ball control on this build. No matter what you do, you're not going to get an 85 ball control on this build. So if you're someone that's going to end up making this build 6 foot, if you make it 200 pounds, you still get a chance to get 99 speed and 99 acceleration. But as of doing that, in the future, you will have a crazy strength on this build. So based on the body type you want to go with, you can mess around with it. But as you go in the lowest weight, if you're someone that doesn't care about having strength on their build, hey, go with the lowest weight. But if you end up going 6'1", as you go in 6'1", you're going to end up losing ball control. You have a 79 ball control now as being 6'1". If you end up making your wingspan lowest wingspan, you will only get an 80 ball control. So once you go to 6'1", you will not be able to get that 85 ball control if you wanted to. But there is another chance for you to get it. But as of the weight, you still get the 94 speed and you end up getting 94 acceleration. But as at 99, you will have a 99 on both. But as of going 6'2" on builds, as you're going to end up starting with a 78 wingspan, even if you do go lowest wingspan or close to lowest wingspan, you will have a 79 ball control. But if you're someone that's going to actually work on the build and actually use this build in the long run, get it to like 99 or at least 98, if you're going to work with those taller builds, I'm telling you, work with the 6'2" or the 6'3". I would really pick the 6'2", just because you'll still be able to get the speed boost, 80 ball control, animation, stuff like that. But you'll also be able to get better contest on defense even if you make your wingspan smaller. But as of you seeing this right here, you're gonna end up making your wingspan lowest wingspan if you want to. The lowest wingspan end up giving you the 97 3-pointer at 99. But as you're going only to 73.8 with the 6-foot build, you have the same 3-pointer as a play shot. But you will be able to get elite dribble moves at 99, and your defensive stats will be way better than the play shot will ever be able to do, ever. But as of the dunking, you will get a 70 dunk at 99. But if you're someone that's skeptical about the wingspan, you want to see what it look like if you go max wingspan, you will still be able to get a 89 3-pointer if you go max wingspan. But if you want to go lower than that, you can. But as of actually messing around with it, and this is a build that you will use in the future, hey, if you get this all the way to 99, you will be able to make a crazy build if you mess with the wingspan, get it to where you want it, and you can really clamp somebody up. But as you make the build max wingspan, you will get the name two-way playmaker. You will have another catfish two-way playmaker build. But this build is definitely a little brother of the two-way 3-point playmaker build. Literally, it's a little brother or the 3-and-D point build. But if you're someone that wants to be a different name than a play shot, all you gotta do is lower your pass accuracy to 77 to get the name two-way shot creator. But as we have these 3 takeovers, when you end up going with the lowest wingspan or close to the lowest wingspan, these are the only 3 takeovers that you get. But if you're someone that goes with a longer wingspan, you get playmaking takeover. But as I have a lockdown playmaking shot creator build, hey, this build, hey, I'm gonna show y'all boys what this build can really do. Wait until I get the build done, I'm gonna really show y'all what this build can do. But as we have the green and red half and half pie chart, this pie chart right here, this pie chart definitely is a great pie chart to use. This is the OG perimeter lock pie chart. You can't go wrong with this pie chart if you make a guard build, a lock build, or you just want to be a shooter. But as of the physical profile, we're working with the physical profile of the speed. With this build, yes, with this build will look very similar to the build I just showed you, but it's going to have less shooting badges. As there's going to be a cap on this build, as I'm going to only have 20 shooting badges versus 24, when it comes to finishing, you do get better finishing on this build compared to the build we just had. But as of the defense, you do get slight better defensive stats, but for the playmaking, it gets 1+ higher for every height compared to the last build I just showed you. So as of me upgrading this, I'm going to have a 91 still off rip. If I end up going max wingspan, I'll be able to get a 99 still at 99. But as of having the badge count 1, 20, 13, and 19, bro, any way it go for both builds, you can't really go wrong. It's just really picking your poison based on how you play, based on your internet connection, based on how good you can play defense. Hey, you really can clamp people up. I'm telling you, if I'm clamping people up on a 6'1" or even a 6'2" play shot build, or even my deep range shot creator, with less than a 97 lateral quickness and a 97 perimeter defense, you definitely can get some stops on a build that's 6'1" or 6'2", even 6 foot, based on how you choose it. This build having an 85 lateral quickness and an 85 perimeter defense, just imagine once you start changing things, it's going to change the whole way of being a guard. Look, as I'm going to end up showing you, you could go 6'3", like I told you. 6'3" is really pushing it, because most guards you're going to end up checking, they're going to be 5'11", 6 foot, 6'1". You still could possibly get mismatched if you maybe go against a 5'10" player. Most of the time, those are mostly going to be in a stage, but I do see some 5'10" play shots in the park. But as of this build, you could make your weight a little higher than what it usually is. 188, that's cool. 191 is a sweet spot. But if you don't care for that, for having strength on this build to get real bumpy if you want to, hey, just go lowest weight if you want. But as of the wingspan, the highest 3-pointer you can get on this build will be a 87 3-pointer. Yes, you can get an 87 3-pointer with this build. Even though it's a half and half, you get Hall of Fame shooting and Hall of Fame playmaking, you end up still getting a 87 3-pointer. But hey, if you want to go max wingspan and you don't care about having elite dribble moves at 99, hey, the 80 ball control can definitely get the job done. But as you end up still getting the 82 ball control off rip, you're going to be able to keep that elite dribble moves at 98 overall. If you one of those play shots that end up getting turnovers, or they just have bad performances, or they end up just playing comp stage all the time, hey, this is one of those builds that you're going to have to actually perform on. This ain't one of those builds you can just mess around and you can drop the grade and it still can play perfectly, but you still can actually perform if you end up dropping to like a 98. Anything below 98, if you lose that 98 overall, you're not going to be able to do them elite dribble moves with 85 ball controls that you unlock being a shorter build at under 6'5". So keep that in mind. If you're someone that's going to keep this build up, or even keep it at a consistent rate at around that 98 or 99 overall, you should be good. You should have no problems. But if you're someone that's going to make this build taller and then you still want to mess around with it, just to mess around with it, even have an 80 ball control, I do prefer, I will rock with the 6'2 or the 6'3 if you don't care about having elite dribble moves. 6'2, 6'3, you can go lowest wingspan if you want to, but if you don't care for the lowest wingspan, go max wingspan or close to max wingspan, and you will have like an 82 3-pointer once you get the build up. But hey, as I would choose the 6'1 or the 6 foot, they both get the same 3-pointer. Only thing that changes on the 6 foot, you get an 82 ball control with the lowest wingspan. You still get the ability to dunk the ball. But hey, as of the takeovers, we're going with the lowest wingspan. Now you get playmaking takeover off rip. Ain't no you have to go max wingspan. With this build, you can get play take with the lowest wingspan. So if you're someone that wants to try to play take with this, you could. But hey, as you end up making this build, you will get a actual rare name that you don't see at the park like that. A two-way shot creator. Yes, you'll be a two-way shot creator. But hey man, if you enjoyed this build and you think you might mess with this build in season 7, hey, let me know in the comment section. I do have more builds like this that you might want to check out. But if you're someone that like fire builds and actually like rare different names, you might want to click on this video right here. This video will definitely bring you to that build.